amazing ancient Greek temple of the goddess Nemesis has been discovered, and this is what an archaeologist explains. Bettany Hughes uncovered an incredible temple built for the goddess Nemesis inside an ancient Greek theater, according to Express UK Callum Hoare. The discovery made during Channel 5's new series, A Greek Odyssey. Presenter Miss Hughes embarked on a journey across the Greek islands from the coast of Turkey, where the mythical Trojan War took place, the island of Ithaca in the west of Greece. Ithaca is an island between on the west Greece coast towards looking towards Italy. Ithaca is very close to Cephalonia. Now, during the first episode, which is set to air June 12, Miss Hughes visited the ancient Greek theater of Mytilene, which is on the west coast of Turkey. It's a Greek island of the Aegean Sea, located on the island of Lesbos, which came to later be used by the Romans as a design prototype for their magnificent colosseums across the empire. Miss Hughes revealed how an incredible find was made inside this theater. It shows the importance of Greek gods and goddesses to the Roman gladiators after they took it over around 88 BC. In a previous video, Hughes said that Lesbos is home to the island of Mytilene, home to an intriguing architectural treasure, telling us how important these bloodthirsty legends were to the ancient Greeks. She said it was the greatest theater in the ancient world. Huge crowds would have flocked here to watch stories sparked by tales of the Trojan War and adventures of its heroes, in one way that myths were passed down through generations. Of course, in the theater you always had tragedy and a comedy. It wasn't just one play. It was always a tragedy followed by a comedy. Now, the Roman troops conquered Lesbos, the island of Mytilene, around 88 BC. They were inspired to make copies of this very theater across their vast territories. One Roman general was so impressed by this place, he was determined to build his own theater, only bigger and more splendid, and that would become the first ever stone-built theater in Rome that was copied and replicated across the Roman Empire. Hughes went on to explain how an incredible breakthrough was made recently, the discovery of the temple dedicated to Nemesis. She was the goddess of divine retribution and revenge, and she said, "We know that this theater could seat up to 10,000 spectators, and the walls here are quite different because you never normally get walls, but there's a very good reason they are here. When the Romans took over, they adapted this theater, and they were definitely more bloodthirsty than the Greeks. So that rather than just watching theater here, they put on gladiator conquests, and they had to build the walls because these were fights to the death, so the spectators behind would be protected." And at first glance, this might just look like a pile of rubble, she said, but it's actually something much more exciting. It's a couple of months ago, archaeologists discovered a whole new temple here built by the Romans for the goddess Nemesis. And she said it makes sense if you think about it, because gladiators were fighting here to the death, so they had to try to keep the goddess of fate on their side, a reminder that the gods were ever present in the lives of the ancients. Now, speaking to Express, she said, she explained how the discovery helps provide an insight into the life of these people from over 2,000 years ago. And she said the discovery was really recent. They just did not know it was there. It's amazing because the theater was reused for gladiatorial fights. So you can really imagine these gladiators pumped up and placing their lives in their hands. They would want to keep the goddess of fate and retribution on their side. And it makes sense that the temple for that goddess was inside the theater, she explains. And this is on Express UK by Callum Hoare. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.